Welcome back to the channel where we explore, learn, and theorize about the Marvel Universe. Today we're going to be talking about when Thor 4 will start filming, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Miles Morales confirmed to appear in Spider-Man 3, and Wolverine in the MCU. If you're new to the channel, I do daily Marvel videos, so be sure to subscribe to never miss out. Now let's get started. Over the last few days, we learned that Natalie Portman, Chris Hemsworth, and Taika Waititi had all arrived in Australia and were getting ready to film Thor: Love and Thunder. However, today we have a little bit of confusion between Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter regarding when the movie will begin filming. During an interview with Chris Hemsworth about the upcoming Mad Max standalone movie Furiosa, the God of Thunder stated that Thor 4 was in advanced development, which led The Hollywood Reporter to state that Thor: Love and Thunder will begin filming in January 2021. However, on the other hand, according to Deadline, who got their information from the same interview, which makes it even weirder that they got it so wrong, said that Thor 4 will begin filming in March 2021. Now, while we haven't gotten an official start date for the movie, if the entire cast is already in Australia, it doesn't make sense for them to start in 5 months. So January seems like a more likely start time, and this isn't the first time that one of these two Hollywood trades have mixed up their dates, so it'll probably get updated in the next few days. Next, Jeremy Conrad over at the MCU Cosmic apparently has a reliable insider source who told him that Sony and Marvel have already found their live-action Miles Morales, going on to say, "I have no idea who it could be, or if it's even for Spider-Man 3, but that would make the most sense for his debut." And we know Miles exists in the MCU as Donald Glover played Aaron Davis in Spider-Man Homecoming and mentions his nephew to Spider-Man. There's even a deleted scene where he calls Miles on the phone saying that he won't be able to make it to whatever they were planning since he was webbed to the trunk of his car. And since Spider-Man Homecoming is long before the blip, it's always possible that Miles wasn't dusted and he grew up in those 5 years to be closer to Peter's age by the time of Spider-Man 3, which would give us a completely different view on the character. Now, continuing with the Spider-Man 3 news, over the past few weeks we've been getting a ton of new information about who could appear, from Jamie Foxx's Electro to Kristen Dunst's MJ and Dane DeHaan's Harry Osborn, to most recently Doctor Strange becoming Peter Parker's new mentor. However, what everyone wants to know is if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will reprise their roles as Spider-Man in the movie as well. And now, according to Fandom Wire, apparently Maguire and Garfield will appear in Tom Holland's universe during the final act of Spider-Man 3 to help defeat all of the Spider-Man's combined foes. And this will not just be a post-credit cameo scene. It sounds more like an endgame reveal, with Tom Holland's Peter Parker facing many Spider-Man villains from across Sony's Spider-Man movies, along with some new ones. However, Fandom Wire isn't the most reliable source, and Casey Walsh on Twitter said this rumor's been making the rounds for about a week, so it was only a matter of time before we got this covered or someone similar just blindly pulled the trigger on it. He then goes on to say that they haven't signed a deal, but Feige is definitely interested. So since we have no confirmation from the actors, Sony, or Marvel, take this with a grain of salt. But with all the recent news, it wouldn't surprise me if it's revealed soon that they will appear. And lastly, according to Daniel Rickman, aka Daniel RPK's Patreon, when Wolverine finally joins the MCU, he'll be more of an anti-hero, and won't join the X-Men immediately like he did in Fox's Legacy X-Men films. And this makes sense as in the comics, Wolverine tends to be more of a loner. And from plot leaks we've heard for the character in the MCU, it seems like he's gonna start off in the Weapon X program, then join Alpha Flight as Canada's version of the Avengers before escaping, fighting the Hulk, and finally joining the X-Men down the line in their team-up films. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Are you excited for Thor: Love and Thunder, or are you a little skeptical? Would you like to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man 3? And what do you think of Wolverine being an anti-hero when he joins the MCU? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.